Here we go. Day 10 is a wrap. And I gotta tell you, it's getting like wilder and wilder. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. So here we are, day 10, building a dealership from the ground up. And, I think it's important that everyone understand we're not just building your typical car dealership. What we're really passionate about is creating an environment that will make a multi-generational impact. What does that mean, multi-generational impact? Well, multi-generational impact to me, it means what you're creating makes an impact in your life. It makes an impact in the life of those that come after you, the next generation, right? Like your kids or, younger people. And then you make an impact on their kids. So multi-generational. So we're talking like something that makes an impact for 50 years, right? And maybe even beyond that. I believe that a lot of business, not just our business, but I believe a lot of businesses have gotten it twisted, man. They've lost sight of what it was supposed to be, right? Like, the American dream, kind of. You have opportunity, you go get a job, you work hard. Maybe you get married, you have some kids, the house, the white picket fence. That whole American dream, used to kind of exist in this country. There's a different kind of a dream that exists right now. I'm not saying there's not ridiculous amounts of opportunity. But what's happened, or what seems to have happened, is people have kind of slaved away, right? And now what we see is a lot of people that are just working their tail off, not really getting anything on the backside, right? They're giving all of their best years, right? You go to school till you're 18, and then maybe you go to more school till you're 22, and then you go get a job, and you're supposed to be there till you're like 65, and then you retire. And after all of that, then the last, 15 years of your life, you're supposed to be able to enjoy after you give the strongest years to a business or a corporation, a job, so on and so forth. And what's interesting is, in America, there's like 32 million small business owners, which is a lot, right? And then other large business owners as well. But it's like 10%, maybe, 10 to 15% of American people are business owners. And what's even more interesting about that is the majority of business owners don't turn a profit, and definitely very few of them turn a profit of more than $100,000 a year. And it gets even smaller when it comes to companies that make it to $1 million a year. It's like, I don't know. It's like, if you can make like $1 million a year, you're like in the top 5% of all companies in America. So the majority of people are working really hard, making the sacrifices. And in today's day and age, with the way, the cost of goods and how all that is, it's like, even, both parents or both people in the household or whatever, they're both working so hard, and then there's still barely enough left over, if any, time, energy, money, all those things. And so it's not what it's supposed to be, man. And so we look at the dealership world where it's extreme, right? It's extreme in the dealership world. There's really long hours, really intense, high paced, high intensity. You're working all the time in lots of parts of the country. They're open, every day but Christmas, basically. But they're open 7 days a week. If you're lucky, you're in a dealership that's open 6 days a week. And even those dealerships are working every Saturday. And the person who owns the dealership is living the American dream. But most of the other people that work in the dealership, they might be making good money. There's a lot of good money in automotive. But their life outside of it is just their life outside of it is not, there's a lot to be left said, I guess. And so with this dealership, what we're looking to create is we really want to make a multi-generational impact. We want to shift the way people think about business instead of it being like, okay, we have profit and we want to make money, and then we have, a product that we use to make money and draw customers, and then we have employees that work for those customers. Instead of going in that order, I believe it needs to be like we have people on our team, and they're the number one priority. And then we have products and customers, and they're our number two priority. And then profits is our number three priority, right? Like, we'll make money if you take good care of people. This chair's I'm sliding down. If you take good care of your people, your team's going to take good care of your customers, and ultimately you're going to make money. And so what we're doing with this dealership is completely different. Things like 24-hour live streams, which is part of what we talked about today. We had a guy come out and make sure that we have the fastest, most powerful internet that you can possibly get in a business, because we're going to be 24-hour live streaming everything that's happening in the dealership and the service shop. You'll be able to join in and see what's going on in this environment. See that work can be fun, right? And that a culture can be really energetic and exciting. And it's not, the car business is not what they show, in the movies, this nasty old business or whatever. It's really an incredible place where there's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of teamwork and things like that. So we want to show that, right? There's a lot of memorable experiences. So we're going to show that in live streams. And I was talking with the guys today on the website setup, and we're doing that different too. So there's going to be QR codes on every car. And there's big QR codes that'll be up on the building. And when you scan those QR codes, it's going to take you to a landing page. There'll be a video there. And the video is going to be like, hey, my name is Glenn, and super excited to meet you. Thrilled for the opportunity for us to develop a relationship. And if there's anything that you need or any way we can be of value, here's what we got, right? We got 24-hour live streams. We got motivational content, educational content, inspirational content. We've got cars, that you can buy if you want, ways for you to sell your car to us if you need to. But ultimately, we're just excited to connect with you and build a relationship, whether we do business or not. And so when you scan the QR code, it'll take you to a page like that. And so we talked about that today, that not just having like a website that just sells our products, but a website that actually builds community, which I think is important. We're also putting QR codes on every single car. We talked about that today, what they're going to be designed like, which is going to be cool. They're going to be shaped kind of like an 8. But some of the biggest complaints in automotive, like some people complain. Somebody just sent a message, congrats on the new dealership. Some people complain. Some people complain because when you pull into a car dealership, it's like Shark Tank, right? All these salespeople attack you. But then we have other customers that complain that they pulled onto the lot or were walking around looking at cars and nobody came and helped them. So it's like lose-lose situation, right? And so we're like, well, what if we put QR codes on every car? And on those QR codes, it says something like, scan for service, or scan if you need assistance, or how can we serve, whatever. How can we add value into your world? And so when you scan it, like if you're on the lot looking at cars, nobody's going to come up to you and bug you. Nobody's going to come up to you and pressure you. Like nobody's going to do that in this dealership. But when you scan the QR code, it'll send a notification to the team that you're out there on the lot and what car that you're looking at. And we'll bring the keys out. And we know now that you're, oh, are you already done?
With what?
I don't know, I just thought you'd have lots of things to
Who are you
do.
talking to?
I'm doing our daily docuseries YouTube video.
James just said he didn't do a video today.
Oh, yeah.
So it's on you. He said, I don't have access.
No, I'm doing it right now. Would you like to meet everyone?
No, but you should show him how you make a chocolate shake.
No, 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 no. Why don't you come meet everyone?
No, thank you.
Come on, baby. Do you really want another chocolate shake?
Are you really saying that in a video?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Do you really want another one? Miss Leslie.
I'm not answering you.
Why are you not answering me?
Because you're being rude.
I'm not being rude. I'm asking you dead seriously. Do you really want
Are you
another?
making video?
Honey, just say yes or no. Would you like?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so just say that. What's the problem?
Nothing.
How many tacos did you eat? I'm curious, did you eat two?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Were they yummy to you or no?
I ate 1.5.
1.5. I had 6.
All you people are going to tell you you're fat shaming your wife.
I am not fat shaming you at all. Where are you talking about?
Another chocolate shake?
I was asking.
Another
You normally
one?
don't have them 4 nights in a row.
And then the follow-up was how many tacos did you have?
Well, I was just curious.
Finish your
So you want another shake?
No, I don't want this to go anywhere.
Do you want another shake?
I've already answered you.
I'm gonna make her another shake. Shakety shake, shake, shake. I guess we'll go do that right now. You wanna come with me? So there'll be QR codes on the cars, and those QR codes, scan me for assistance. So when you scan it, I know, okay, hey, you're ready for help. You're looking for assistance. You want us to come out, and so that's what we're gonna do, right? So that is another thing that we're gonna be doing a little bit different. Just trying to really look at the overall experience, not necessarily for the customer. And this is what I hope everybody understands is, yes, we love our customers, we really do, but we love our people more than we love our customers. I think that's super important. And so what we're gonna, the salespeople don't like that either, right? Like, they don't like running out, chasing you down, chasing you down when you're not wanting to talk to anybody yet. Like, they don't want to do that. Like, that's not a fun experience for them either, right? So by creating this new environment or this new way of doing things, we make it a better experience for our customers, and we make it a better experience for the team. And this is why there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and he does kind of a little docu-series thing, and he's got a microphone on his hat that he wears so that he can move around and still get good sound and actually leave the camera in one spot. And so I need to get that. I think that's going to be important. So I gotta go get the ice cream. It's up here. you ever, like, homemade ice cream is the best. Just so you know, this ice cream is like incredible. Incredible, spectacular. I'm setting you up against a cantaloupe. There, while we make this. I gotta get a measuring cup. So that was something we talked about today, those QR codes, what that looks like, what that experience is gonna be like, how to make all that connect. It's something new, it's something different, something unique. And I just realized I probably, well, I think it's the right way. I hope I didn't flip the camera. That would be ridiculous. So also today, we had people over at the dealership that were pressure washing all the walls. I don't know if you saw some of the earlier episodes, but the walls and ceiling, like there's tons of birds that live in the ceiling on the outside. And so the walls were nasty, birds everywhere, birds poop everywhere, so on and so forth. And so today they came out and they were pressure washing all the walls and cleaning that up, which, gosh, man, it looked amazing. Just a little pressure washing and what that can do really made a difference. So that happened today. My guy Zach had a bunch of meetings with different vendors. Zach's our GM. So he had a meeting with a bunch of different vendors, and we signed up for a tool called CarTool, CARTUUL. And this is a tool that allows us to track the vehicles on our lot through every stage, right? So when you get a vehicle or product into inventory, then it's gotta show up, it's gotta get checked in, and then it's gotta get stocked in, and then you gotta put the, get the keys stocked in correctly, and then you have to send it through service to make sure that it's in good shape service-wise. You can send it to service, and then after you send it to service, then it's gotta get cleaned up in detail. And once it's cleaned up in detail, then it's gotta get photoed, and then it gets out onto the lot, right? So there's this whole process, and it can get stuck at any piece of the process if people aren't paying attention. And so it's important that you have a tool that allows you to track how many days, I better put milk in here first. This one's gonna be a little overflowed. That allows you to track how many days something's been in each stage, right? So if it's been in the service department for too long, that's a problem. If it's been in detail for too long, that's a problem. If it's been in the photo department for too long, that's a problem. And so you have to have a way to track how it's moving and the flow, because when it comes to inventory, especially with cars, dude, you can't let them sit. You gotta sell them as fast as you can. Every single day counts, because typically in most markets, they are depreciating assets. So each day they're going down in value. So literally you're up against a clock, right? So we just signed up for CarTool, which will help with that. Not only do they have an awesome tool, but they're actually a part of our 800% consulting company, 800% Elite Auto. The guys who created CarTool are members of our program, which is awesome. So we can help serve them, they can help serve us. It's a great collaboration. Works out really good. So we signed up for CarTool today. We'll be getting that all set up. Our bank accounts came through today. So we now have a bank account, which is awesome, because it's been really hard to get things in place when you don't have ways to pay for these things. So we have a bank account in place now, which I'm super excited about. And then also today, Zach and Jessica Did some shopping as far as some different furniture. So we're getting like professional grade furniture, you know, across the board for the majority of things. But they were also looking for some, this might overflow. Oh, looks like we're good. They were also looking for some like used furniture. So they were also looking for some used furniture for different parts of the dealership as well. So ordering furniture, ordering tables, ordering laptops, ordering chairs, ordering phones, monitors. We had the phone guy out today. The phone guy came out and set up all our phone lines. Our phone number is 859-444-1800, right? 800, let's go. 859-444-1800. So we got the phone number put in place, some phone lines, the internet in place. They were doing the furniture type stuff. We got car tool put in place. I missed a meeting, dude. And I feel so bad. This guy sent me a message, flew in. I don't know where he flew in from, but he sent me a message saying he was going to be in at like 1:24 is when he was going to land. And so I informed him that I had a meeting from 2 to 3. I would meet him after my meeting from 2 to 3. After 3, I jumped on a call, and then we had a new client. Hi, baby. What's up? Well, look, crossed arms. Oh, she's turning away. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Miss Leslie? Miss Leslie? She's not talking to me. What are you doing? Why are you being weird?
Weird. Why do you think I'm gonna suddenly jump in the video?
I know, I don't know. You excited? Ooh. What's that, buddy? Honey, look at this one. You can talk. What are you doing up? Right, up the stairs. What are you doing? Hmm? And that's a shake right there. My goodness. Well, look at that thing. So yeah, I got that. Let's see, the bank account, the card tool. Oh, the meeting. So the guy said he was landing at 1:24. Good night, son. He was landing at 1:24. I told him I had a meeting at 2. I had a meeting at 3. 3 o'clock hits. And there's just a million things happening. Right? There's a million things going on. And so I just completely spaced it, man. 4 o'clock hits, 5 o'clock hits. And I call Zach. I'm like, hey, did the guy come by? He was supposed to come by and like walk the store and figure out where we're gonna put TV screens and cameras and all this stuff. And Zach was like, no, he never came by. And so I went and looked up his number to like see if something happened to him because we never saw him. And I had a message from him at like 2:45. He's like, what's the address for the dealership? And somehow I never saw the message. So I call him, it's like 6 o'clock. I'm like, yo, bro, you still around? He's like, no, I went back to the airport and flew back. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. I feel like such a jerk. He flew in, couldn't get a hold of me, turned back around and flew out. Oh my gosh, but it was just a good reminder that like, I have got to let my team do this stuff. Like, it is so important that we let our people fly. And I know this, but it's interesting, right? Like, it's so hard to not just jump in and be like, I'll take care of it. Like, I'm gonna take care of this, I'm gonna take care of that, I'm gonna take care of that. That's not why we're doing this. We are creating environments that are gonna make a multi-generational impact by allowing others to grow and thrive and live out the American dream themselves. I don't think that in companies, I don't think it should be only the people at the top that are living out, you know, the American dream. I don't think it should be only the people at the top that have schedule flexibility. I don't think it should be only the people at the top that are making great money. I don't believe it should be only the people at the top that get all the benefits. I think that everyone deserves an opportunity. And so my heart understands that. My brain wants to just jump in and do everything all the time. And this is what happens, man. I yet have learned the skill or the ability to fully function and operate 3 different companies at the same time. I haven't figured that out yet. I do know, however, how to lead people. And I do know that with the right people in place, we could operate not just 3 companies, but 30 or 300. And so it's so important in this season as I go from 2 companies to 3 companies. It's so important in this season that I like let go and let people do what it is they need to do. Otherwise, things like this is a bottleneck now. So this guy would have been here today. We'd be able to get things set up. Now it'll probably be another week. You know what I'm saying? Like I cost my team a week by trying to be the guy who takes care of everything. Does that make sense? So, yeah, that's what we're looking at on day 10. We bought 19 cars. They are sitting in Tennessee. We can't bring them to our lot yet because we have to get the lot sealed or resealed. You don't want to have a bunch of cars on a lot that's trying to get resealed. So they're sitting in Tennessee. They got shipped there, so we paid shipping on those cars to get to Tennessee, and now we're gonna have to pay shipping on those cars to get them from Tennessee to Kentucky. So that's gonna cost me an extra, I don't know, probably $300 to $400 per car in cost on those 19 cars. So already these cars are sitting and depreciating, and already they're costing me more money because I'm having to ship them again. And so that's why it's like so important. Speed is so important in this automotive game, like, and everything has to be smooth. So excited about Car Tool. Also talked with our controller today. It looks like she has somebody. It looks like she has somebody that she's going to be hiring on her team to do titles and stuff, which is great because we need that. And then also over on the consulting side, we added three more dealers in the last 2 days. So the consulting business is picking up as we're building out the dealership as well. I'm trying to juggle it all and learn to be an effective leader through constant awareness of all that is going on, but not control of all that is going on, and not being the catalyst behind everything that's going on, but actually allowing my people to do the jobs that I've asked them to do, right? So that's kind of your day 10 update. We're getting closer. The clock is ticking. We're supposed to be launching in 30. July has 31 days, so 29 plus 5. 34 days. We're supposed to be open in 34 days. And as of right now, you know, I'm hoping it's one of those things like, what are those things called? I'm hoping it's one of those things where like, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to explain, but there's like all these different pieces that are getting put together kind of separately, and you can't see the whole yet, and you're not going to be able to, right? Like this piece has got to be like you're putting all these different pieces together, and then at the last second, it all kind of snaps everything together, and you have a full picture, if that makes sense. But it's not going to look like you're progressing at all. It looks and feels like, you know, a million different things, but no real progression. It's not all coming together. But my hope is, you know, day 30, day 31, day 32, day 33, that those things will snap. My friend Dave Meltzer, he talks about if you have a pond with lily pads, right? And the day 1 you have 1 lily pad, day 2 you have 2 lily pads, day 3 you have 4 lily pads, day 3 you have 8 lily, or 4 you have 8 lily pads. And so they're doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling. Well, the day before the pond is full of lily pads, it's only going to be half full, right? So say it takes 6 months to get half full. Well, on 6 months and a day, it'll be all the way full. You would think it took 6 months to get half full. It's going to take a year to get full. That's not how it works. 6 months, it's half full, and because it's doubling every day, 6 months and a day, it's now all the way full. So my hope is, my belief is that's what's going to happen with this dealership is we'll do all the little pieces, 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 and it's going to look and feel like we're not progressing at all, which is what it feels like right now in comparison to the whole, right? Like I know we're accomplishing things, but in comparison to the whole. So it's going to look and feel like we're not accomplishing anything at all, but at the last second, boom, snap. And we're just going to be in operation. And before we know it, it's going to be, you know, September, October, November, December, you know, next thing you know, a year will have gone by and we'll be like, man, remember that crazy season when we put this thing together? And hopefully by then, maybe we're building number 2 or number 3 or number 4. Because that's really our hope, is to be able to expand and create more opportunities for more people. So that's day 10, that's the update. My wife is hopefully still in love with me. She hates being on camera. She's introverted. She doesn't like this stuff at all. So this is not her jam. This is what I do. She does what she does, which is amazingly support me, amazingly raise my children, amazingly teach my children, amazingly take care of our home, amazingly handle the accounting for 2 of our businesses. She's absolutely incredible, man. So day 10, behind the scenes, building a dealership from the ground up, going to make a multi-generational impact. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any videos. We're gonna show you all the way along the way. Also, drop a comment if you got any questions. I'll be glad to answer those. And let your friends know, hey, this thing's kind of cool. This is what's happening. We're following right along. Hopefully you learn some things. The reason we're videoing this is I want you to be able to learn what it's like from the beginning of building a business. A lot of times people, you know, you see the business once it's built and people try to go back and say, oh yeah, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I'm like, no, we'll just show you right here, right now, in real time, as we're making mistakes, as we're screwing up, as we're missing appointments with people that flew in from out of town. We're just gonna show you the real and the raw, and take from it what you take from it. And I appreciate you going on the journey with me. All right, cool, we'll see you, peace.